I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting starts. Andy leaves.
Good morning, everybody.
Got somebody out there with a gun.
You start now. Any unfinished business, Andy?
No.
Looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated May 26, 2026.
I'll make that one.
Mark,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Motion carried. Looking for a motion to approve the actual invoice in the amount of $1,605,704.91 for the period of May 22nd through June 4th, 2026.
So moved. I'll second that.
Roll call, please, Ian.
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Fields?
Yes.
Mr. Chuck?
Yes. Looking for a motion to approve the actual payroll in the amount of $331,024.44 for the period May 17th through May 30th, 2026.
I'd like to make that motion. I'll second.
Roll call, please, Ian.
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Fields?
Yes.
Mr. Bizarre?
For a motion to enter into an agreement for professional service between Jefferson County and the Eads Group, Inc. for municipal bridge engineer, general service for the period of 5 years.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Fields?
Yes.
Mr. Bizarre?
Yes. Looking for a motion to accept the election results of the official count board from May 19th, 2026 general primary.
Make that motion. I'll second.
Any comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Looking for a motion to appoint Dylan R. DeLulo of Winslow Township to Jefferson County Renlow Park Authority for a 5-year term. Mr. DeLulo term will expire December 31st, 2031.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Looking for a motion to adopt resolution number 2026-02, submit an application to the Department of Community and Economic Development Strategic Management Planning Program for Jefferson County Strategic Management Plan Phase Supplemental System Project. Cost of the project is $200,000 with $20,000 of Jefferson County funds allocated towards the project.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Mr. Stevens.
So a number of years ago, we participated in phase 1 of the program. We created our strategic management plan where a firm came in and did a complete audit of county operations and made a number of recommendations to improve efficiencies and operations. For the subsequent years, we are allowed to go after funds to implement some of those recommendations. This was one of such recommendations in the plan. The CAMA system, CAMA stands for Computer Assisted Mass Appraisal. So this would be for tax assessment department. This system would help them to calculate real estate values for property tax purposes. It will help with efficiency and not eating up so much time calculating any of these things by hand. So it will be a great improvement to that department if we are successful.
Anything to add?
Like that also. To borrow what Jess said about the strategic management plan,
just as a refresher, when the county underwent this DCD program for the purpose of identifying matters that had to do with county operations that needed attention and improvement. And the beauty of this program, in addition to having outside eyes look us over and say, these are some things you need to do, money followed it. And up to $200,000 a year for each of a 5-year plan is on the table. So not only did we identify issues that need to be addressed, we updated our time and attendance system. We did information technology upgrades, just to name a few in the past. We have to match this money, but our match is a dime to the dollar. So we are using tax money that has gone to the state, bringing it back to Jefferson County, 90% of it, to fund these things that otherwise we would have had to fund entirely out of general fund real estate taxes. So it's part of us, and I'm going to borrow something Commissioner Sargent has taught me and preached over the years, and that's being a good steward of the taxpayers' resources. And, this is one of those ways. Well, I'm still talking and I don't feel tired yet. I'm going to also compliment and express appreciation to Jeff Seary for harnessing and cultivating this process. You continue to save the taxpayers of Jefferson County hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. This is just the latest example.
Happy to do it.
Now,
Thank you. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Can't take it. You need to compliment.
All right. I don't know what's going on, you can run that door.
it worked.
Tracy, I believe you have.
That'd be a lesson to you.
Unfortunately, I have some news here that I regret to announce that last week we had what's considered a line of duty death of a emergency medical technician from Sykesville Ambulance Service, Scott Walkup.
Yeah.
On June the 1st, around 10 p.m., the 911 center dispatched a call for breathing problems along Route 322 in Winslow Township. We dispatched the Reynoldsville-Sykesville ambulance partnership, and what that is, Reynoldsville and Sykesville ambulance services have agreed to share staff to help with the shortage of EMS folks, and we dispatched them. Sykesville ambulance was the one that responded to the call with advanced EMT Scott Walkup on board. Responded to the call went fine. He returned back to the station shortly after 11 p.m., finished up his shift and went home. The next morning he was supposed to show up at Clearfield EMS for his next scheduled shift, and they did a welfare check on his home to find him, and he was found deceased. And under Pennsylvania Act 101, if a responder passes away less than 24 hours post-patient care of his last shift, he's considered a line of duty death. Scott, I don't know, many people know Scott, but Scott was very dedicated, first responder, served over 30 plus years, not only with Sykesville Ambulance, but he also worked for Clearfield EMS, and he was a volunteer for the Brady Township Fire Rescue Ambulance Service there as well, where he served over 30 some years there. Scott was the secretary for Sykesville EMS, and he was one of the more prominent EMTs that responded on the majority of calls there. So it's definitely a loss to the community, not only to Sykesville, but to the Luthersburg, Clearfield area. I would ask that everybody keeps those folks in your thoughts and prayers, especially his family. And just remember, when we lose one first responder, we've lost a lot at that point. So because there's not a lot of people coming up into the ranks anymore. So just wanted to mention that and just remember to keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Anyone else? Closing public comments. Destiny, anything?
No.
Patty? Randy?
Yeah. How many bridges does the county actually own?
34. It'll be down to 33, hopefully so.
Why?
Many years ago, we shut one down on Dobson Road. And the abutments are still there, and once we get the abutments out, which is being paid by PennDOT, and that'll be eliminated from the list.
What route goes over that county road?
It's a township.
Yeah.
It's a township road. It's in Ringgold, I believe.
Worthfield, isn't it?
Well, it's just south of Worthville.
It's where they butt together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in the township.
yeah, it's just in Ringgold Township, but it's just outside of Worthville, to the south. And it crosses, is it Big Run Creek?
I think that's what it's called.
It's
Yeah.
a little one, probably
Yeah.
big.
I think it's called Big Run.
Okay, then just the that's an application, is that a competitive grant application or?
It is, but we're only competing against people that are in the program, so you either have to be coming in for a phase one, or the phase two, you have to have a phase one, so it's not like we're competing against the whole state, you have to kind of be in. So, yes, but not as big of a pot of people.
Okay, good chance we're gonna get that.
Fingers crossed.
And Tracy, the sad death of this the CMT kind of highlights, I guess, that there are EMTs. That's still critical in the area.
Absolutely. It's any type of first responder is very critical right now. As you're aware, police officers, there's a very large shortage of police officers, firefighters, EMT, paramedics. It just doesn't seem like a lot of people want to get involved in those fields anymore for a multitude of reasons. I would highly suggest for younger folks, if they want to do something for their communities, to step up into those ranks and participate, because like I said, we keep losing, people like this, but we don't really gain back from it.
And I've been out of town for a while, so it wasn't a merger, it's an operating agreement.
It's an operating agreement. Yeah, they're two separate entities, but they both of those services had the forward thinking, knowing that they had issues, and they're so close together that when we dispatch both services, and based on scheduling what they have in place, whether it'll be a Runnelsville ambulance or a Sykesville ambulance, but they share the staff when, with the people available to do that. So there may be a Sykesville ambulance coming with a Sykesville member and one with Runnelsville, or vice versa, So it seems to work out very well. It definitely is a big benefit to that area, because the calls aren't getting turned over and have to rely on the Du Bois service or Punxsutawney service to come up. So it's keeping those resources in the community and able to respond quickly.
You said he was supposed to report the following morning to Clearfield.
He was supposed to report at 4 in the afternoon for a scheduled shift with Clearfield EMS. And when he didn't show up, which was unlikely of him, they did a welfare check. His son was the one that actually went over and found him deceased in the residence, so.
Thank you.
Tracy, that's not strictly volunteer over there anymore. They do pay through the day.
Yeah, there's, I don't know how it works out, whether it's a stipend or, a set fee or whatever, but yeah, the days of the volunteer ambulance services are almost completely over with because just nobody wants to commit as much time, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but when you think about an ambulance call and somebody responding on that call, they're going to be away from whatever they were doing for, it could be up to 2-3 hours on a call like that, because once they respond to the call, transport the patient to the hospital, if they have to transfer to another receiving facility, there's so much there that, the people can't afford to take off work just to go on an ambulance call and lose that income there. So the services had to do something to entice people to come in, to pay them what they could pay them, whether it be, like I said, a stipend or a set hourly wage. So whatever they get, they don't get enough, I can tell you that. And it's still a concern, it's still a concern moving forward.
Can I ask, what are the requirements for somebody to enter into that?
So as far as for EMS and EMT, they can actually become an EMT at 14 years old. Now, they cannot operate an ambulance until I believe it's 21, but they can start serving on an ambulance, working on a crew at 18. They have to successfully complete an EMT course and pass the National Registry testing, which is a written test and a practical test to determine that they have the skills to respond on those type of calls. So there is a lot of work to it, and sometimes not a lot of return, but if somebody is truly willing to do something to help their community, I really, really think that they should look into EMS or fire, or even when they get to the point when they're 18 to 21 years old, consider a career in law enforcement. We're in a critical situation the whole way around. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Every community is suffering, and something has to be done somewhere, somehow. I don't know what that answer is. We've tried for how long to try to come up with something, but it's sad. It really is sad. So
I know that CCAP has put forward some changes in legislation regarding ambulance service, and so is the Borough Association. Is there any movement in the legislature at all?
not much that I'm hearing. Now, I do know that they are doing different type of grant programs, so forth, trying to get more funding to these services. But that's not the only issue. It's getting the people to be able to do what they have to do. I mean, they're providing funding for equipment, for training and so forth, but when you look at call volume anymore, a lot of people can't afford to just take off from their normal job to be able to respond to these calls. So at some point, you're going to see paid firefighters. Of course, we already have paid EMS. It's going to have pay is probably going to have to increase. In the same way with the police department, the police officers. That's including the state police as well. So.
Now, do you offer classes for anyone interested?
So we don't do the classes ourselves on the EMS side. we get them in contact with the Regional EMS Council, which is EMS West, or one of the training institutions within the county. Brockway Ambulance is a training institution. On the fire side of it, we do sponsor the in-house training for the departments. The county actually has a training package that we entered into an agreement with Butler Community College to provide that training to them, or we'll bring that training right to the firehouse here in the county, that they don't have to travel far for that kind of training. So I know last year especially, I don't have all the figures this year. Last year, we probably canceled more classes than we held because there was just nobody to fill. I don't have any good news today.
Just on your end, do you have any idea of how to fix this solution, how to help these guys out? What do you guys do on your end as the commissioner? Anything at all?
We have not found anything. As Tracy said, we've worked on this for many, many years, and through CCAP, our association. It's not just a Pennsylvania thing, it's the United States thing. There's just not enough people that are interested.
What do you think that is though? Do you think that it's fear, or, maybe people are afraid of what they would witness, or why do you think there's such a problem with getting people to be EMT and EMS?
Good question. I wouldn't know what the answer would be.
It almost seems like when COVID hit, we were told to shelter in place at home, protect ourselves, and we never come back out of that.
Yep.
So COVID had a big effect.
But it was on the downturn even prior to that.
Before that.
Been a long time.
I think money has a lot to do with it too. Most of them don't get paid, the police, firemen, and all that. None of them get paid. Jefferson County, but spend a lot of hours.
Curious, Trace, there was a regionalization took place with Lawrence County down that way, and I was wondering if that's still been successful, or what happened to that?
So there has been several successful mergers, consolidations with fire services throughout the Commonwealth. The biggest piece of that puzzle has to be to set the egos and the opinions aside for the departments to start with, and be willing to step up and look at those mergers and consolidations. I will tell you that if some of the departments believe that they can consolidate and keep things the way they are right now, it's not going to happen, and it's not going to be successful. They have to have an open mind to do this. And I look at the consolidation of the city of DuBois with the fire department and the police department up there. The police department, Sandy Township, and the city of DuBois Police Department, they have been working very closely together for quite some time. So when the merger of that occurred, it went pretty smoothly on that end of it. On the fire side of it, it went well because all them people do work very well, but they still had hiccups with it. And like I said, some egos have to be put aside. You can't just have things, I'm gonna say it here, a lot of times, in the fire service, we look at that tradition. Tradition says this is the way we've always done it. Well, you gotta throw that aside and look at the future. And that's the big thing that people have to realize and they have to understand. You just can't do business the way you used to do it before.
So in Clarion County, they tried to regionalize their ambulance service, and county commissioners by code can't get involved with it, so they tried to do it through the townships. And like you were talking about there, the egos just
Yeah.
killer.
You know, and I really was hopeful that when we met with the, you know, a couple years ago with the municipal officials, that we could do something together. But then I realized at that point where some people's minds weren't willing to change to look towards that future, you know, what was needed, so.
Well, at least the sun's shining, okay, that's good.
For now.
You are an emergency management, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Tracy, you said that they can start at 14.
Yes. And the same with the fire service too. They can join as a volunteer junior member at 14 years old. They're restricted on what duties that they can do, but it gets them in, starts getting whetting their appetite to, you know, moving towards the, you know, as they get older.
Have you gone to the schools and talked to the kids themselves?
We have. We've done that. We've tried to work with the different schools in the county on some type of program to bring that training in. We talked to IUP, BC3, all of them. Just so many things that you can't seem to get things to work.
Oh, outside the box at, out in West Clary. They have the ROTC kids involved in the fire department. But it doesn't work everywhere.
Good discussion. Our next commissioner meeting will be the 23rd of June, 10:30. Jail board will follow at 11. And the Board of Elections meeting will be at 11:30, the same day. And again, this is Karen's last official meeting. So always have to recognize her for all of her 45 years of service to the county. So, we didn't get you a balloon, Karen. We thank you.
9-day
Yeah.
You've been waiting,
She's done next Friday.
you've been waiting for this meeting for a long time.
Just the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, just last couple of
I
weeks.
thought maybe for 45 years.
We're excited to have Andy here.
Thank you.
So. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that.
Where's the party, Karen?
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Okay.
Motion carried. Thank you very much.